Well, greetings YouTube, LMS Tactical here. I hope everybody's enjoying this cold winter. I am, and I know Charlie is. Okay, so today's video, as you guessed by the name, is going to be about black privilege. And, you know, I'm one of these guys that I've just, you know, I can't pretend like I don't notice it anymore. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not fair. I don't mean to sound like a racist. I mean, you know, just naming the video what I did is going to make me a racist in the eyes of the uninformed. But, you know, Charlie and I are just kind of sick of it, man. I mean, black privilege is something that white people have to live with, I guess. There's nothing we can do about it, I don't think. I mean, and if for some reason you just landed here from another planet and you're not sure what black privilege is, I can give you a couple examples just to make it clear. And, you know, maybe some of these will resonate with you. Maybe you've seen some of this. So let's just throw a few examples out. If a white guy was walking through the mall, let's say, and his pants were, you know, showing half of his ass, everybody in the mall, including blacks, Asians, everybody would be yelling, you know, "Hey dude, pull your pants up. Your ass is showing." But black privilege, black privilege. My mommy used to drink when she was pregnant. Black privilege allows black people, and only black people, when they get dressed in the morning, they only have to pull their pants up to just above their knee. Their entire ass can be hanging out, and they can walk through a crowded mall and nobody will look twice. Nobody would ever say anything to them. They can just wear their pants any way they want. They can wear really all of their clothing. They can put it on backwards or sideways. And the rest of us just have to suck it up, whether we like it or not. You know, you could be standing there with your little kid who's wondering why the man in front of him in line at Starbucks has his entire freaking ass showing, but you can't say anything. So there's one example of black privilege. I don't think it's fair. Another example of black privilege: if a white man was filmed walking up to an unsuspecting black person, or anybody that wasn't white, and just punched him right in the face, knocked him out, people would immediately call him a racist. He would be sought out by the local law enforcement. He would be arrested for crime, terrorist crimes, racist crimes, crimes of hate, crimes against humanity, you name it. But a black person, they're so lucky with black privilege, they can literally come up behind a 95-year-old white man, punch him in the fucking face, break his nose, knock the only 3 teeth he's got left in his mouth out, send him to the hospital for 6 months. And the news, if they won't report the color of the person that did the punching, and if it's on camera, everybody will come to that young black person's defense and say that it's, you know, he's a victim of black rage, that he has been oppressed in this country, which is the most oppressive to black people that's ever in the history of mankind. There's never been a country that parallels the injustices that the black people of today have to put up with day in and day out. So of course they're angry, and of course they're going to lash out against their oppressors. And that's what happens in the case of the old white cracker getting knocked out and going to the hospital. So there's some black privilege for you. A white guy can apply for the police department, or maybe he wants to be a firefighter, and he can get 100% on his written score and 100% on his oral score. And then he receives a notice that he wasn't selected for the job. And there'll be all these explanations of consent decrees and you name it, and federal orders and whatever. A black guy can apply for the exact same position, completely fail the written test. Nobody at the oral will have any clue what he's saying. You know, sir, what makes you think that you would be a good police officer?
Oh man, you know, like, ever since I was like a kid, man, you know, like, I just want to see what it's like just to like fuck people up and shit, you know what I'm saying, man? I mean, like, with their badges and their guns and shit, it look good to me, man, you know what I'm saying? And I like driving in the car.
That's okay, sir.
No, let me finish now, you know.
Oh, sure, please, go ahead.
I would like to drive in the car and like, you know, like put up the on the siren and shit, and then like, you know, like woo, and then driving like a motherfucking speed racer and all over the motherfucker, you know, like I just think that, you know, like that, you know what I'm saying?
Well, thank you very much, sir.
He gets 100% on his fucking oral. Or let's say he gets a 20% on his oral. He is the one that gets hired. There's black privilege for you. There's an example of it. Another example of black privilege would be if a white man was caught on a grainy surveillance camera stabbing somebody. That's cut and dried, man. That's fucking murder, premeditated murder, murder of the first degree. Guy's going away 25 to life at a minimum. A black guy could be caught on 4 different independent high definition security cameras pulling out a knife and slashing 7 white people to death in front of the supermarket. And when he gets to court, you know, first of all, there'll be protests. There'll be 10,000 blacks will come to the streets, and, you know, 8,000 liberal whites saying that, you know, he's a victim of black rage, again, brought on by living in the worst oppressive country on the face of the earth, and that it's really the white people that he stabs fault, that he stabbed. It's their fault, because each and every one of them, in theory, owes him 40 acres and a mule, at the very least. And so he can get off, you know, IE or EG, hi Dad, EG O.J. Simpson, you know. You can just slash motherfuckers to death and, hey man, you know, it's not really his fault. There's some black privilege for you. Black privilege, here's another good example that this will definitely resonate. A black person can make a YouTube video and call it white privilege and nobody bats an eye. You look like me, like some fucking king cracker out of the goddamn mountains of the Appalachians. And if I have a video, as I do, and it's called black privilege, or if it's even broaching the subject of black people, I'm automatically written off as a racist. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm a racist. There's a good example, I think, of black privilege. Another piece of black privilege. Let's see. If I go rob a bank, and the news media wants to put out information about the crime, they'll say that, male white, 6'4", 265. Red hair, white goatee, was last seen with a golden retriever on his lap, driving a such and such pickup truck. If a black person robs a bank, throws a hand grenade, stabs 6 people and shoots 4, they'll never say his race. That's the only way you can tell that the person they're talking about is black is if they don't mention the color of the person. That's black privilege. They'll just say a man robbed a bank and killed 75 people. That's it. If they end there, you know that the suspect was black. I could probably list about 642 more examples of black privilege, but I think you get the point. So yeah, black privilege. Where's the outrage, crackers? Where's the outrage? LMS Tactical. I'm outraged, and I'm out.